Hi, and welcome to this reading. Today I'm pulling in collective energy, and I'm pulling in the energy of potentially a relationship, a friendship, I want to say, that has come to an end. And either you are making a decision to walk away, or you are coming to the realization that something that you put time and effort into, something that you nurtured, something that you built within this friendship hasn't had the outcome that you expected. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. A bit about me first. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. I pick up on energy prior to a reading. I will then come and use my tarot and oracle decks to further clarify the message. All of my readings are timeless. Whenever you stumble across this reading, you are meant to find it. These are general messages. Please use your intuition before making any permanent decisions, I want to say. Now, I don't normally say that, but it's a real being called to go within and assess a particular relationship. And as I said, I'm picking up on friendships, something that you have built. All of the decks that I use on my channel are my own designs because I'm also an illustrator. If you're called to any of those, the links to them can be found in the description box. Now, as I was doing the pre-shuffle, these were the cards that came through. First of all, I've got the number 13 from my Angel Oracle deck. Friendships. People that you have invested in. That angel aligns with the Page of Pentacles, which is the card of the student. You're learning or have learnt some things about this particular friendship. It's Mercury in Virgo. A 1 and a 3 adds up to a 4. 4 is perseverance. Maybe there are things that have been red flags to you within this relationship, but you've actually chose to ignore them, given the person the benefit of the doubt, in the hope that the way you perceive that they value you is greater or more than the actions they're displaying. The 4 of Wands. A relationship that is celebrated. That's a celebration card. It's Venus and Aries. But if you think about Venus, Venus is love, and Aries is the god of war. Aries is Mars. I want to say women are from Venus, men are from Mars. There's some things that have cropped up here, and you're coming to realize that you have very different perspectives on what is valuable within a friendship. Mercury in Virgo. South Node in Capricorn from my Nodes of Destiny deck. Now, currently, the South Node, up until Christmas, till the end of December, the South Node is in Libra. Libra is the relationships that you are walking away from. The final throes of what you are walking away from. If you haven't already started removing yourself from friendships that no longer serve you, or friendships that only serve somebody else. Because Capricorn is about building wealth, building worth. Capricorn South Nodes are on a mission to ditch the laser focus on goals and shift the spotlight onto your own needs. Your soul's on a journey to embrace your inner intuition, nudging you to fine-tune those psychic and empathetic superpowers. Think of it as our cozy spiritual bubble wrap, the stuff we've got to let go of to spread our wings and soar. This card is asking you to trust your intuition. What is your gut telling you about how your own needs are not being met in this friendship? And I'm just getting that word loyalty. Why is somebody, maybe you're starting to realize why somebody is friends with you. And does it have anything to do with, as I was doing the pre-shuffle, the 6 of Pentacles in this deck wanted to come out. Now that's equal give and take. What I'm feeling here is it's a friendship that you have with somebody or a group of people where it's not equal. You're giving too much and they're taking too much. Number 13 is also the Death card, an ending to something that was previously, I just showed you rose-colored glasses. Looked great on the surface, but once you started peeling back the layers, Mercury in Virgo is this card here. Mercury is Communication, information that comes to you. Virgo is the Hermit. Once you actually stop in the quiet, in the still of the night, and actually reflect on the setup, the dynamics of this friendship, is it actually working for you? Be clear, tell me what you want. Somebody potentially taking from you, but now you're at a point where you're putting up boundaries or removing yourself. Because what you actually perceived as something that was going to be great, the wheels are now starting to fall off. Let's get a guidance card for you. The mountain, the view from the top. I want to say here, it's part of a soul lesson, a journey that you've been on where you were meant to know and understand. You were meant to fall into a friendship that looked great on the outside for you to then, I want to say, fall into the trap of overgiving. And it's maybe because where you are headed next, the next friendships that you are headed to. And I did have a reading the other day about your soul family is being woken up. The next part of your spiritual journey comes into alignment once you learn to create boundaries, once you learn to see the red flags in people. Mountain, the view from the top. Love offer on the bottom. Jealousy and envy. Oftentimes people take when they are jealous of what you have. Spiritual connection. Spiritual connections coming in. Perhaps you thought that this particular relationship was a spiritual relationship, and you're now coming to realize that it actually wasn't. It was a karmic relationship put into your life for you to grow and evolve. The tough lessons that you have to learn when you're climbing the mountain, but you're at the top now. And you're either cutting this person, these people out, or you're creating boundaries within the relationship. Interesting. Okay, let's get some cards. What's happening in the energy around this connection? So we've got the Strength card, which is number 8. We've got the Empress, which is Venus in Taurus, number 3. And we've got the Four of Cups, which is the Moon in Cancer. All I want to say here, I mean, that perfectly sums up what I was talking about. The disappointments that you have experienced within existing relationships, existing friendships, and making the decision to stop nurturing them. Getting the strength up to say, be clear, tell me what you want. To say, actually, no, this isn't working for me anymore. Putting up your boundaries, removing yourself. Because I want to say, if you don't, then you go into the same karmic loop again to learn those lessons over and over again, which just brings more disappointment. What's happening in the 3D for you? How are you feeling? The Knight of Pentacles. Now that is Saturn in Capricorn. Saturn is your karmic teacher. And Capricorn is the Devil card, the major arcana for the Devil. The major arcana for Capricorn is the Devil card. Again, it's ruled by Saturn, but it's toxic people in your life. Potentially, Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving knight. Potentially people that you have been friends with for a long time, and you've only just started to realize how toxic these friendships are. The Knight of Pentacles. And we've got the Seven of Wands. What's happening in your soul? You're putting up boundaries. You're saying, actually, no. No more. I don't want this anymore. It's Mars in Leo. You're defending. I want to say you're defending your right. You're defending your sovereignty. To say, I don't want to be in a relationship anymore where things aren't equal, where you are taking and all I am doing is just giving. Devil on the bottom. Toxic friendship that you potentially once thought was a spiritual connection. What's the message from the man upstairs? Four of Pentacles. The Sun in Capricorn. You can read that many ways. But the energy I'm picking up on here is, as you start to put up boundaries, as you start to walk away, because these people are getting something from you, mental, physical, financial, they're siphoning your energy in some way. They're going to dig their claws in to try and stop you. That message is from the man upstairs to let you know. It's under the Strength card. 4-4, you are protected. 4-4-4, you are protected. That you're going to have to use your strength to walk away. The final outcome. The Knight of Wands. Now that wanted to come out before. The Knight of Wands is Mars in Sagittarius. The Knight of Wands is in and out energy, but what I'm getting from that card is it's almost got tower energy attached to it. It's Four of Pentacles. Perhaps you've been holding back your feelings. Be clear, tell me what you want. And it's all just going to come blurting out, but it needs to. And maybe that's what puts the boundaries up. You know when you let a kettle boil and then it just... something bubbling under the surface. The Seven of Wands. You're putting up your boundaries, but you can put up your boundaries with somebody. Like if you're having an argument with somebody, you can put up with your boundaries with somebody. Just say it's somebody at work. You can put up your boundaries with somebody and you can make sure that you're not in the lunchroom when they're in the lunchroom, or that if you know they arrive at work at 8 o'clock in the morning, you make sure you get there earlier so you don't have to sort of see them in the car park or on the way up in the lift. Maneuvering so that you don't have to have an altercation, but potentially be clear, tell me what you want. You need to. Because if you just let it sit and fester, and it's potentially been happening for a long time, the Knight of Pentacles, if you just let it sit and fester, it's actually you that is doing the internal harm. Because maybe this person isn't even aware. Nip it in the bud. Six of Swords on the bottom, which is Mercury in Aquarius. Seven of Swords is what that wants to split at, and the Five of Wands. You are the Hierophant. That's a battle. You are deceptively avoiding a battle. I think you just want to take things, you almost just want to say nothing and walk away. But I want to say here that part of, now you don't have to go into fisticuffs with somebody, but part of this lesson that you're meant to learn through this person is to stand up for yourself. Because in standing up for yourself, you actually learn the power of your voice, I want to say. Be clear, tell me what you want. Okay, let's get some cards. Let's do this deck here. Tell me more about the energy around you, the Empress, nurturing yourself. Actually, we've got the Empress there, 2 Empresses. I'm not going to get too many because the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is Mars and Scorpio. You're leaving yourself out in the cold by not expressing to this person, to these people. There we go, the Moon in Libra. Hidden by not expressing how you feel. The Knight of Pentacles, what's happening in the 3D for you? King of Wands. King of Wands in that, Eight of Wands. In that particular deck, he's standing on the stairs because he's made the decision. Elvis has left the building to leave. He's made the decision to leave. The Eight of Wands, which is a card of communication. But look, somebody going with him. I almost want to say that whoever it is around you, there needs to be some sort of clean break. A verbal communication with them to say, where I am going, you can't come. Because unless you let somebody know what it is that they have done that's cheesed you off, that's caused you to say, I'm walking away, they're just going to assume, and then you've got the same problem again. They're just going to assume, one, that they're coming with you or that they can re-engage. This is about getting the strength to use your voice, because these people aren't meant to come with you on the next phase of the journey. Six of Swords again. Think in that card. He's the only guy on the boat. The Seven of Wands. This is what's happening in your soul. Putting your boundaries up. Eight of Cups. Walking away. Saturn, Pisces. Putting your boundaries up. The Nine of Wands. But worried. That's the wounded warrior. Worried. Oh, the King of Swords here. Toxic energies. Worried that if you say what you really want to say, it's going to end up in an argument. That's Uranus in Libra. And the Page of Wands. So you hide up behind the tree and don't say anything at all. It's like what you're actually... it's avoidance energy. Hoping that the problem will go away if you just kind of weave and dart around it. But part of the solution is voicing. I've got that John Farnham song, You're the Voice, try and understand it. Now, the Four of Pentacles here. A message from the man upstairs. The Page of Swords, using your voice. Page of Swords is the Sun in Gemini, telling the two-faced people around you, it's Gemini for me, that you don't want to be part of it anymore, that the situation isn't balanced. The Two of Pentacles, that's Jupiter and Capricorn, that your legacy, the friendship that you thought you were building with them, doesn't have any value anymore to you because it's not equal. The Knight of Wands. This is the Four of Cups. That's disappointment. The Knight of Wands is coming forward. This maybe look, and I would say to you, I'm not a fighter. As in, my sun is in Libra. I like everything balanced. I tend to not say anything until the point where I get so angry it just pops out. That's what's going to happen here. It's got that feeling. Something's about. But it needs to happen. Because you can't hold it all in internally. The Empress and the Four of Pentacles again. You can't hold it all in. Holding. Four of Pentacles is the Sun in Capricorn. It's not nurturing to you. You actually... there's no growth there. The Empress is nurturing something so that it grows. What you should be nurturing is your strength to speak up for yourself when you're in a disappointing situation. The Moon. You can't keep it hidden. The Moon is also your emotions, and the Four of Pentacles on the bottom. You can't keep it hidden. The Eight of Swords. Because you keep yourself stuck. That's Jupiter and Gemini. You're keeping yourself stuck by not saying anything. When we've had the Six of Swords 3 times. There's meant to be forward movement here. Jealousy and envy. Maybe you know that these people or this person will be envious of you if where you're going doesn't include them or their friendship within it, and you don't like that feeling. Okay, let's get a angel. $59, Harahel, fertility and abundance. That's the angel that's walking with you. The Knight of Swords, helping you to speak your truth. The Knight of Swords is Mars in Aquarius. Aquarius is the rebel. Aquarius is don't fence me in. Aquarius is I don't want to conform. Maybe you're struggling with that. Mercury in Aquarius. And we had it 2 other times. Moving on to calmer waters. But Mercury is communication. Mars is that kettle that's building up. Interesting. Shevankia, reconciliation, peace and harmony. Number 35, which is the Temperance card. Possibly trying to keep everything calm and balanced because you don't want to have this altercation. Gratitude and secret knowledge, Ariel. Number 46 on the bottom. Now that's the Knight of Cups, which is the moon in Scorpio. Scorpio's death and rebirth, a new beginning for you, but the moon is keeping it hidden. Okay, let's get a moon oracle about this friendship. New moon eclipse, brace yourself for epic transformation. Something's changing. And I want to say to you, if this is, it's I know we've got spiritual connection and potentially what you're heading towards, but spiritual connection in terms of what you once thought was a spiritual connection, what you once thought was an equal giving relationship that you were in with somebody within a friendship or within a friendship group. Part of that connection is that you have a soul contract with this person or with this group of people, that you are to learn this lesson. You are meant to trudge your way to the top of the mountain so that you can look back, the Eight of Cups, so that you can look back and see maybe you've been pulling this person up the mountain. Maybe you've been carrying the load of this relationship, of this friendship, and now you're needing to cut it away. But it's part of a spiritual journey that you were on. Gratitude and secret knowledge. The moon in Scorpio, almost like it had to be hidden for you to make the change. Epic transformation. Now, actually, we already had one of those. I'm not going to get one of those. I am going to get a song. These are love songs, but sometimes songs come out faded. You were the shadow to my light. Did you feel us? Another start. You fade away. Afraid our aim is out of sight. Want to see us alive. Where are you now? Yeah, something's changing in this friendship. Something that you once thought was meaningful is now no longer. And for whoever it is that you're walking away from, what I'm getting is they've got this sense of, hang on a minute, this was working for me, and all of a sudden you're putting up boundaries or you're walking away. There's something that they need to learn from it as well. And part of that is you actually telling them, hey, because otherwise they then go on and keep doing. If you tell them, well, this is why I'm stepping away, I'm putting up boundaries, then they have the opportunity to go away and reflect and say, okay, that person's wrong and I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and therefore they then continue in that karmic loop of the same thing until the next person comes along and hopefully they learn that lesson there. But by telling them, they have an opportunity also to go away and go, actually, you know what, I can see that and I respect that person and I need to do some work on myself. So I'm going to get you some Scrabble tiles. This is a little bit loud. I'm going to give it a shake. If you have hearing sensitivity, please turn your volume down. I'm going to shake it in 3, 2, 1. Could be your first, middle, last initial or that of somebody around you. Q and a 10, an X and an 8, a P and a 3, a G and a 2, an O and a 1, a V and a 4, a U and a 1, whoop, a Z and a 10, an F and a 4, an S and a 10, a K and a 5, an E and a 1, an M and a 3, an N and a 1, an L and a 1, an A and a 1, a T and a 1. I just heard it's somebody that's overstepping the boundaries, because T and a 1, an H and a 4, and a B and a 3. Because your friends. And so they're not taking into, when they're doing things, they're not taking into consideration that you may disagree with something that affects both of you in the friendship. They're just assuming that because you're friends, that you'd be okay with it. Overstepping the boundaries. Okay, finally, I'm going to get you 3 final cards. Any words of guidance? 9 of Swords on the bottom. That's the moon in Sagittarius. Words of guidance, death and rebirth. If there's a new beginning being afforded to you, but you have to pull into this strength energy. Wounded warrior, the Knight of Wands. The Nine of Wands, the Knight of Wands is the moon in Sagittarius, hidden. And the 3 of Pentacles. We've got onto the bottom, the Magician. The Magician comes after the Fool in the Tarot. The Fool is a new beginning. Death and rebirth. A new beginning that's being afforded to you. The Fool moves from where he is in position 0 to the Magician. He says, okay, I want a new beginning. And the Magician says, well, these are all the things that you need to find within in order to manifest this new beginning. 3 of Pentacles is Mars and Capricorn. You've got tools. We've got the mountain, the view from the top. You've got all the tools that you need to walk away. It's just having the strength to cut away what no longer serves you. The Magician, you've got all the tools that you need. So I'm going to get you one more card. Anything else? Walk away from disappointment. The 4 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is Mercury in Cancer. The 4 of Cups is the moon in Cancer. To walk away from disappointment, Mercury, the Magician, is communication. Brings in the Wheel of Fortune and brings in 2 of Cups, new people, new soulmates on your path that don't actually align with you until you've stepped away from these toxic friendships where there is an unequal give and take. So that's what I've got for you. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are called to any of my tarot or oracle decks, the links to those can be found in the description box. If the reading resonated with you, please give it a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And I will see you again in another reading.